Hey, what if I told you there's this brand new horror thriller that just dropped and it might totally change the game for the genre? Yeah, you heard me right. Michael B. Jordan is stepping into the shadows with his latest movie, Sinners. And seriously, the early buzz is just electric. It's set in this creepy world back in the 1930s, and this supernatural thriller is already causing a stir. Some people are even saying it could be the next big horror thing. Now come on, are you one of those fans who's counting down the seconds for every new Michael B. Jordan flick? Because I know I am. I try my best to catch the very first showing on opening day. And if you're the kind of person who lives for those spooky chills and intense thrills, then you already get the goosebumps I felt just hearing about this. Seriously, when I first heard Sinners was coming out, I practically exploded with excitement. So today we're gonna break down what everyone's predicting for the opening weekend box office. And we're gonna ask the big question: is this movie gonna be a massive blockbuster, or is it gonna have some tough competition? Let's dive right in and see what's what. Okay, so Sinners, we roam with Michael B. Jordan in the lead, is hitting theaters everywhere on April 18th, 2025. Now, when you look at what people are expecting for its first weekend, this movie is projected to bring in somewhere around $40 to $50 million. Just here in the US. Man, those numbers already look pretty awesome. What's interesting is, some of the independent folks who analyze the market and track these things, they're even more optimistic. They're thinking it could do even better, maybe even go over that $50 million mark. That's kinda nuts, right? If that happens, it'll be a real event. On the other hand, Warner Brothers, who's putting the movie out, has given slightly more cautious estimates, saying it'll be somewhere between $35 and $40 million, which, is still pretty solid. There are a few big reasons behind these predictions. First off, Michael B. Jordan's got a huge fan base, and his movies usually do really well. Plus, the genre, it's a cool mix of supernatural horror and thriller that's definitely gonna draw a lot of people to the theaters. And get this, the movie's directed by Ryan Coogler, the guy who did Black Panther. As soon as I heard that, I just had to tell you all, those two have made some amazing stuff together before, so expectations for this one are super high. I personally love when they team up. What do you think? Alright, so let's talk about some of the things that can make or break how a movie does at the box office, and how they might play out for Sinners. First things first, Michael B. Jordan is a huge star, no doubt about it. His past movies, like the Creed series and Black Panther, have killed it at the box office, which just shows that people will go see a movie just because he's in it. To give you an idea, a lot of his movies have made over $30 million in their opening weekends, and Black Panther even went way past $200 million. That's a crazy number when you think about it. Even though Sinners is a different kind of movie, Jordan's popularity is definitely going to give it a big push right from the start. I think a lot of you can relate to this. When your favorite actor's in a movie, so you just get way more hyped to go see it, right? Another big thing is the movies genre. Horror and thriller movies have always been popular, especially with younger audiences. In the last few years, we've seen supernatural horror and thriller films like It, Get Out, and A Quiet Place do incredibly well at the box office. That shows there's a massive audience out there looking for good stories and well-made movies in this genre. And honestly, after watching the trailer for Sinners, it really feels like it could be in that same category. The whole idea of Sinners, it's set in the 1930s, down in the southern US, and it's about twin brothers who have to face some seriously scary evil force. That sounds like it could give audiences a really fresh and exciting experience. Hearing that, I'm practically bouncing off the walls with excitement. I think that premise is super intriguing, seriously. What the heck? This could be wild. What the critics are saying about the movie is also a huge deal. Looking at the early reviews, Sinners is already getting a lot of positive buzz. Actually, hearing this makes me even more pumped. Apparently, according to one of the big websites that collects reviews, pretty much all the critics are loving it, giving it some really high scores. Another popular platform has even put the movie in the universal acclaim category, which basically means the critics are really impressed, right? Seriously though, when the critics are all saying good things about a movie, it definitely makes you want to go see it even more. That kind of good word of mouth can really help those opening weekend numbers. Plus, the way they're marketing and promoting the movie is super important. Warner Brothers has put together a pretty big campaign for Sinners, with some really cool trailers, teasers, and behind-the-scenes stuff. There's also a ton of talk about the movie on social media, which shows that people are really looking forward to it. Yeah, I saw the trailer myself, and honestly, it was totally captivating. I'm kind of loving the whole vibe. Okay, and so let's think about what could happen and what it all means. If Sinners makes between $40 and $50 million in its opening weekend, that's going to be a big win for Warner Brothers, especially since it's a brand new idea and it cost around $90 million to make. They're also expecting it to do well overseas, which could help it make its money back pretty quickly. I think a lot of you can relate to this. It's just awesome to see an original story do so well. That's fantastic. Now, if the movie does even better than expected and brings in $50 million or more in its opening weekend, that's going to be another huge achievement for Michael B. Jordan, and it'll further cement Ryan Coogler as this super versatile director. Let's go! Personally, I'm hoping this movie breaks all the records. But we also got to remember a Minecraft movie is coming out around the same time, and that one's probably going to bring in a lot of families. So, Sinners might have some tough competition for that #1 spot at the box office. Here's a funny thing though, both movies are from Warner Brothers, so no matter which one wins, they still win, right? Sheesh. That's gonna be an interesting race. Overall, the predictions for Sinners' opening weekend box office are looking really good. You've got Michael B. Jordan star power, a plot that sounds super interesting, Ryan Coogler directing, and all those positive reviews from critics. All of that points to a strong start for this movie, so I'm already thinking about grabbing my tickets. Now, it's going to be really interesting to see how much audiences dig this movie, and how far it goes in the theaters. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? Is Sinners gonna be a box office hit? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your movie-loving friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more cool updates on all things movies. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you in the next video. So until then, keep watching movies and enjoying the show.